So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all. I hope that you are all doing great. We are going to continue our journey in Tajweed. Today, inshallah, we are going to take the articulation point of letter Dod and Lam. The Arabic language is called the language of Dod because there is no other language all over the world which have the same letter, which is Dod. Some letters we have letters similar to our letters in Arabic, but Dod, it's only one dot all over the world. It is the Arabic Dod. That's why Arabic is called the language of Dod. Kindly pay attention. Very well. Dod is not difficult, but as as any letter has a certain technique. If you know it, if you practice, inshallah you will reach. Inshallah you will reach. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. The first picture I would like to share with you, my dear sister, it's this one. I just want you to remember this one. You remember this we saw, we did take before, and I told you this is the parts of the tongue. And we said that the right division, it is the division of all the tongue as a whole. The tongue as a whole is divided into root of the tongue, back of the tongue, middle of the tongue, tip, head. This is all the tongue. Yeah, for example, root of the tongue, it's all this. Back of the tongue, it's all this. Middle of the tongue, it's all this. It's from where we pronounce jim, sheen, and ya. Back of the tongue, from where we pronounce qaf and kaf. Tip of the tongue, it's this area. Head, it's this part. The left division, it is the division of the edge of the tongue. This is our work for today. Today, we are working with the edge of the tongue, only the edge, which is colored in pink. This is the edge, only the edge, not all the tongue, only the edge or the edge. The edge is divided into farthest of the edge, nearest of the edge, and this is the area, main area of pronouncing dog. Nearest of the edge, front of the edge, which is equal to the head of the tongue, and this is from where we will pronounce the lam. Dod, it's all the edges working, but this is where we press. This is where it will be sliding, the tongue will be sliding here. The lam, this is the pressure area. This is in general. I'm going to talk in specific, okay? So this is where we are going to work today about the edge of the tongue. When I say the edge, it means this pink part, only the edge, not all the tongue, not all the tongue. So the edge of the tongue divided into farthest a little bit, it's behind the back of the tongue, and then nearest between middle and tip, and then the front equal to the head. Okay, let's move to the second main sharing. Well, my dear sisters, now we are going to begin, inshallah, letter Dod. How we pronounce letter Dod. Letter Dod simply is produced from the edge of the tongue. How? In the specific. We press the area from the farthest edge of the tongue to the nearest edge of the tongue. This area, we will make this area, or we will press this area against the inner part of the upper molars. So from the farthest edge of the tongue to the nearest edge of the tongue, this is the area where we are pressing against the inner part of the molars. So only the green parts where we are making pressing from the edge of the tongue. This is the area, and this is the area where we are pressing against the inner part of the upper molars. Again, letter dot is pronounced how? By pressing the edge of the tongue from the area, from the farthest to the nearest. We press this area against the inner part of the upper molar from both sides or one side. Some people, they do produce it from one side, from right or left, and some other from both sides. This is the area where we are making pressing. The yellow part, which is from the nearest edge of the tongue to the head of the edge of the tongue, this is the area where the tongue will make kind of sliding, will be sliding a little bit until it reach the area in between the alveolar ridge and the upper front teeth. Again and slowly. I'm going to press the edge of the tongue. Which area? From the farthest to the nearest. It will be pressed against the inner part of the upper molar. This is the area where I am making pressing. Then the area from the nearest edge of the tongue to the head or the tip of the edge of the tongue, this area is where the tongue will make sliding, will be sliding until it reaches the area in between the alveolar ridge and the upper front. Pay attention. When I say when I make full pressing here in this area, okay, it will be like here. I'm pressing here, not on the not what I want to say. It's not pressing again at the hard palate or the soft palate. No, it's the sides of the tongue are pressing again at the inner part of the upper molars. Okay, it's just here to clarify to you, but we are not pressing again at the hard palate or soft palate. No, we are pressing again at the inner part of the upper molars from both sides or one side. Yellow part is going to is where the tongue will be sliding a little. When you press very well in this area, the sound will be blocked, and he had to escape. So where he's going to escape? He's going to escape through this way because it's open. All this area it's open. Because of the heavy pressure of the sound when he will go this way to run away from the mouth, he will slide. He will push the tongue a little bit forward. The sound will push the tongue a little bit forward. And this what we call what will make what we call the sliding or al-istitala to be happen. We do not press here. If you press here, if you press here, you are going to produce heavy dal or dalun mufakhama. Again, if you press this area, in this area, you are going to produce heavy dal or dal mufakhama. And this is not correct. This is the first mistake you can make. Second mistake, we said that the tongue will be sliding a little bit forward until it reaches the area. Pay attention kindly. Until it reaches the area, literally, in between the alveolar ridge and the upper front teeth. If the tongue will be sliding or prolongated more than this point and reach the point of the tip of the upper front teeth, you are going to produce not ab. And this is very common, unfortunately, with very famous reciters. They said, for example, وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ in Al-Fatiha. They said, وَلَا الضَّا. This is wrong. It's وَلَا الضَّا, not وَلَا الضَّا. They make this because they elongate. The sliding was too much. And it reached the area of the tip of the tongue. Oh, no. It reached the area in between the alveolar ridge and the upper front teeth, literally. Okay? This is the dot. This is the dot. What you are going to do, my dear sister, you're working is to press here. Here, the sides from the farthest to the nearest, against the inner part of the upper molar. This is what you are going to do. Only the sliding will happen automatically. Yeah, you are not going to make the sliding or al-istitala. It will happen automatically. If you press well here, after that, everything will happen automatically. Always press here, this area, from the farthest to the nearest, against the inner part of the upper molars. This is what you are doing. Only. Pay attention kindly. Only. Fine. This is the dot. The sliding of the tongue or al-istitala of the tongue will give letter dot al-rahawa, or will make letter dot as a loose sound or harfun rah, because of al-istitala, because of the sliding happened in the tongue. This will take time. This is what makes letter dot as a loose letter or harfun rah. Regarding heavy letter, full mouth or empty mouth letter or light letter, or in other words in Arabic, حرف المفخم or حرف المرقق, letter dot, we knew already now that if it's a heavy letter or حرف المفخم, the sound will be directed to the roof of the tongue, or of the mouth. That sound will be directed to the roof of the mouth. Okay? Here in dot, it's not only directed to the roof, it's draped in between the tongue and the roof of the mouth. It's draped between the tongue and the roof. So it is the maximum of heavy letter or أقصى التفخيم. And in Arabic, we call it مفخم مطبق. مطبق, it means the sound is draped between the tongue and the roof of the mouth. So, regarding the being voiceless or voiced, of course not. فحثه شخص ساكت أو there is no air running with the sounds. It's voiced. It's voiced. حرف مجهور. Okay? This is dot. We are going to take example about dot. Yeah. Regarding lam, it is the opposite of dot. That's why sometimes we take two letters together or three letters together, because they are sharing the same articulation point, but some differences in between. Lam, it is the opposite. Lam, where we press here from the nearest to the tip of the edge. I'm talking about the edge. All my talking today with dot and lam, it is only the edge of the tongue, not all the tongue. Pay attention. Pay attention kindly. So lam is produced when the nearest part of the tongue to the tip of the edge of the tongue are pressing where? Against the alveolar ridge of the upper front teeth. I will repeat. Letter lam is produced when the area from the nearest to the tip of the edge of the tongue will be pressing or will be pressed against the alveolar ridge of the upper front teeth. al, al, only this tiny part, al, and only the edge, al, 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 okay? So for the last time, little lamb is produced when we press the edge of the tongue. Where exactly? From the nearest edge of the tongue to the tip edge of the tongue, it will be pressed against the alveolar ridge of the upper frontal. That's it. That's why lamb, when we pronounce it, the articulation point is not totally closed, neither is not totally open, because it's closed from here. But here it's open. That's why the sound will go back and run away from this side, from both sides. So it's in between letter or حرف بيني متوسط. The sound is not running that much and it's not blocked because the articulation part is not that open or not that totally closed. So it's number one regarding the duration of the time, it's in between letter. Lynn Omar, number one. Regarding the voice or not voiceless or voiceless, it's voiced. Al, there is no running of the air. So it's harful majhur or voiced. Regarding being heavy letter or light letter, in general, letter lam, it's a light letter. Except for lam lafdul jalala, the lam of the word, of the holy word Allah. This is half cases. So letter lam, in general, it's a light letter. It's harful muraqqaq. Except for lam lafdul jalala, or the lam of the holy word Allah. This sometimes could be heavy letter or light letter. Harful mufakham and sometimes harful muraqqaq, according to the short vowel before it. If it's preceded by fatha or dhamma, the lam of Allah will be heavy letter or harful mufakham. If it's preceded by kasra, it will be light letter. Okay. Let's see before, this is the shape of the tongue when we pronounce the lam. Only the edge from the ear to the tip of the edge. Only, not more, only this. Do not make it from here or here or make this bigger. This is wrong. Difference between the shape of the tongue when we pronounce heavy lam or lam mufakhama and when we pronounce lam muraqqaqa or light lam. Heavy lam, as usual, we said, in general, any heavy letter, you are going to raise the back of the tongue. Back of the tongue. If you raise the back of the tongue, this letter will be heavy. Any letter, any Arabic letter. So, with lam al-mufakhama, the back of the tongue will be higher, while with lam al-muraqqaqa, the back of the tongue will be lower. So if you commit any mistake with any letter, which is supposed to be light letter or harf al-muraqqaq, and you make it as a heavy letter or harf al-mufakham, so automatically think of your back of the tongue. That means that you are raising the back of the tongue, just like this, automatically. Plus the epiglottis. Plus the epiglottis. With any heavy letter, the epiglottis will return back towards the wall of the throat. Epiglottis is the pronunciation area of ayn and ha. We suppose that we now already knew the epiglottis, and now we are controlling the epiglottis. When we pronounce any heavy letter, two things will happen. Back of the tongue and the epiglottis will be returned back toward the wall of the throat, because by this way any sound will come from here, because all the sounds are coming from the vocal cord, all the sounds all over the world in any language. When the sound will pass by this way, the corridor will be very narrow, so it will be heavy sound. While with light letter, two things will happen. Back of the tongue will be lowered and the epiglottis will be in its place. So if you make comparison between this space and this space, of course, this is much narrower than here. Here it's much wider. So with light letter, the epiglottis remain at where it is. So the sound will come through this corridor. The corridor is wide, so it will pass very relaxing and will be light letter. Okay? So with heavy letters, heavy lam or any letter, back of the tongue will be raised and the epiglottis will be back, will be retained back to the word, toward the wall of the throat. While with empty mouth, the back of the tongue will be lowered and the epiglottis will remain where it is. Fine? Fine. Okay. Let's go now to take the examples. Okay? Okay, this is let's first stop sharing here and I'm going to share this one. Okay, starting from here, my dear sisters, I will give you enough time to repeat after me. Of course, kindly mute all the microphones and just repeat after me, but loudly, so you can hear yourself. But all of the microphones are muted. Okay, let's begin with God when it is having sukoon. As we agree, any letter when it has sukoon, this is the perfect position where all the characteristics or the sifat must be cleared 100%, articulation pain cleared 100%. Still, when we pronounce any letter with a short vowel, still we still produce the letter from its articulation point. Only difference that the sifat or the characteristics will not be that clear as when we pronounce with sukoon. Again, the letter will be pronounced from its articulation point, any letter in Arabic language. However, it's having sukoon or it's having short vowel. The only difference that when I pronounce it when it has sukoon, all the characteristics or the sifat will be 100% clear. But when it has short vowel, it will not be that clear because I'm moving to the short vowel. But still, I pronounce it from its articulation point. Okay? Allahumma qad ballaght, Allahumma fashal. This means, may Allah, yani, you are my witness that I already told, so be my witness. Okay, I will begin with that. Repeat after me. Ab, ab, ab. Ba, ba. My lips are not moving. Ba. And ab. My lips are not moving. I didn't mention the lips. The lips have only 4 letters, okay? Do, do, do. Kindly, if anyone raising his hand, can just wait because I'm recording now. After recording, I will be with you. Thank you. Bui, bui. Listen to me kindly. Bui, bui. I'm still pronouncing the dot from it articulation point. Bui, bui. وعرضنا 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 عرضا 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 والأرض والأرض والأرض. والأرض it's repeated too much during our recitation in Quran. You are going to meet this word a lot. نضاختان. Okay, I'm going to say it without the temporary. نضاختان. Pay attention. Here, dot is two. It's having shadda. So it's first one, dot with sukun. So with everything 100% clear. All the characteristics, صفات, رخاوة, استطالة, نض, نض. When I open my mouth, I pronounce the dot with fatha. But before it, all this time, it was dot with sukun. نض, نض. نضا نضاختان. قبضناه قبضناه قبضا قبضا واغضض 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 فأعرض sorry فأعرض فأعرض فضلا 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 أضحك أضحك أضحك. Before we leave here, I would like to say some common mistakes you can commit when you are reading Dog. We said that you may. Let's go back first to the drawings or the picture. Now you can see. Okay, pay attention, my dear sisters. Regarding dot, I said if you press here in this area, you are going to produce letter دال مفخم, heavy دال or دال مفخمة. If you prolongate it more until it reaches the tip of the upper front teeth, teeth, you are going to pronounce wa, والضالين. This is wrong. Another common mistake is making sakt. Sakt, it means stopping, like it. Sakt in general, when I make sakt in Quran, that mean that's meaning that I'm pausing my recitation without taking a breath. When I make sakt with dad, it's going to be when dad will have shadda, like walad. When I make sakt here, I'm going to cut or split the word into two parts. Some people what they would do, I'm going to imitate them. They pronounce it like this. Walad walad. This is wrong. This is wrong because they cannot make istitala, or they cannot uh, pronounce the dot from its correct pronunciation and give it time. They make sect, and this is also wrong. Okay, so pay attention. Regarding the lamb, if you press more than this area, you will give it sound of whistling. If the lamb is followed by noon, especially at the end of the word, some people they may pronounce the lamb as noon, especially that the articulation points are so near, so near. So pay attention to this. Okay, pay attention kindly to this. Uh, I want to share with you something else. I want to have some examples regarding lamb, inshallah. Now you can see. Okay. Lamb is not really difficult, because we have it in more language, not the majority, sorry. The majority of the language do have lamb, and more or less, it's not that's away from the pronunciation from Arabic lamb. But still, pay attention to our articulation point, okay? Al, al, la. I'm going to pronounce the lam from its articulation point, and then I'm going to pronounce fatha. La, lower the lower jaw, bigger than or more than, we lower it with kasra and ya. La, lu, lu, li, li, la, al, والليل والليل ولا Allah. If we begin by Allah, Hamzat al-Wasl will receive fatha because it's the definition al-ta'rifa. So lam Allah will be heavy letter or harf al-mufakham. Allahu, Allahu. Here, Allah is proceed by fatha to the fatha of Mina because Hamzat al-Wasl will be dropped. So Minallah, also the same, it's heavy letter. Minallahi. Also here heavy letter because it's proceed by Dhamma. Yaqulullahu. Yaqulullahu. Here, wala, we did pronounce before. Lam, the lamb of Allah would be light letter if it's proceeded by kasra, like Bismillahi. Bismi is kasra. Bismillah, la, not Allah. This is Yaqulullah, but there Bismillah, la, not la. La, it's the point. It's where you are directing your voice toward the roof of the mouth heavy letter or حرف مفخم. Outside of the mouth light letter or حرف مرقق. Well, I think inshallah this is all for today for Tajweed lesson. I'm going to stop recording now. I hope that inshallah it was easy. It's not difficult, but just kindly practice, study, practice, and inshallah you will reach the goal inshallah.